Hey, what's up, Cameron? This is a quick demo video for you for your Sabertrio Sologaard. This is installed the CFX. It's the same CFX that was in it before. You had a factory install from Sabertrio. It just had a blown speaker. So what I did was I just gutted everything out. I think about the only thing I kept was your dome tactile switch. I went ahead and I left that wired up because it's glued in there pretty good, and it would have been a very hard deal to take that out and put it back in, but I was able to reuse the wires, so I went ahead and I left that in there. I did have to replace your switch, so you have a brand new switch here for your power. I did replace your Neopixel connector, so I gave you a Carl Chen PCB. This one is resisted on the PCB as opposed to the one that you had, which has an inline resistor before it reaches the board. All right, so I just went ahead and I upgraded that for you. It's something that had to come out as well so that I could get to everything else. All right, how to get to the chassis is you want to unscrew the pommel. All right, so we'll do this. Take this off. You'll see your chassis right here. Just take this saber in your hand, cup your other hand, and go like this once or twice. It'll pop out. It is pretty tight, right? But it's meant to be that way. But you'll see it pop out there. You can go ahead and pull it right out. One thing I had to do was come in here on your Covertech screw. I took that out. I shaved about 2 threads off of it so it wasn't inside of the handle anymore. Nice and smooth in there. I don't like putting a groove in here. I like being able to put this chassis in however I like. So the trade-off was to shave that down. It's still very secure on your Saber, so you won't have any problems with that. All right. Here's your chassis. You had asked for a Bluetooth module, so there is a Bluetooth module right underneath the board. Your CFX board wired good and upside down, right? So easy access to your SD card. Pop it in and out from there. Of course, you can still get to your micro USB right there. It's resting right on top of the Bluetooth module. One thing that you didn't ask me for that I just went ahead and I put in here anyway is you've got a 1, 2, 3. There's about a 12 pixel accent strip right here, and there is another 12 pixel accent strip right here. So they're wired in line with your blade, and they'll act the same as your blade does. All right. We upgraded your speaker to a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, and then this has the SO Switch Pixel PCB set. So this PCB makes contact with a 14-pin PCB in there that's kind of hard to see, but let me try to shine some light on there. So you can see that 14-pin PCB in there. It stays in place and never comes out. All right, so that's what we've got in there. To operate your Bluetooth module, we'll go over that first, right, so that you can see the blinkies in the Saber. I'm using the ForceSync app, so it looks like this. ForceSync. It's not going to do it now because I've already done it, but the first time you do it, the screen will pop up. It's not going to find the Saber because I don't have a battery in it. So let's close everything out and throw a battery in. The screen will pop up and it'll ask you for a passcode. You don't need one. Just go ahead and hit the pair button. All right. I'll put that battery in there. Come back over here to the ForceSync app. After you hit the pair button, this screen will pop up. You'll have a bunch of different boards to choose from, but the first board, well, I'm sorry, this one, you'll want to hit that BT909. Go ahead and tap that. Now you have boards to choose from, but the first one is CFX. So go ahead and tap on the CFX. You'll come up to this screen. We're going to go up here to remote control. All right. And as I hold this here, I can turn it on. All right, to hit power.
What could you give me? Everything.
You got your blinkies on both sides. Hitting clash. It reacts to everything, right? So clash. Lock up. Super loud. And we'll turn that back off. You can control the volume. You can do all kinds of stuff from there. There is also another app, I believe, where you can actually use that Bluetooth module to change settings on your CFX. So you'll want to look into that. Once we have the battery in, now we can come over here and put this in any way we like, right? Just put it in. Don't push on the speaker. Try to push on the side of the chassis, but you can just use the pummel. The pummel does all the work for you. As soon as you screw this all the way in and lock it all the way down, the chassis is engaged with the pins, right? So now you can come over here and hit power.
What could you give me? Everything.
Auxiliary. Go another sound font.
Sound bank selection.
I will give them the one.
You have a lot of sound fonts on here.
Prince Archon. Am I laughing?
I won't go through the functionality too much because obviously you know how to use the saber already. This thing is screaming loud, so you should definitely be able to hear a sound difference. All right, we'll put a blade in. Still set up for a full-length blade, though I'm going to put my TriStar test blade in this guy. Fire it up. Good flash on flash. Blade lock up. Loud. If we wanted to hold this here while the chassis is inside of the saber, we could turn it on that way. Right? See, my fingers aren't on the buttons. And then lock up. Turn it off that way too. So obviously it works when it's inside of the saber as well. All right, we'll go through another sound font.
Sound bank selection.
Prince Archon.
Crystal focus.
Ancient prophecies. You ever hear the traitor?
That one has a nice pre-on. Blade lock up. And we'll turn it off just like that. All right, and then go over taking the chassis out, which is very easy to do. I don't know if you didn't have a blade retention in here, or perhaps I just accidentally lost it, but I went ahead and I put a new 832 grub screw in for your blade retention. There are two grub screws, only one of them that you want to mess with. All right, so this guy right here, that is your blade retention. This guy down here you don't want to mess with because that is holding your Neopixel holder. All right, your Neopixel connector holder. So leave that one alone. When you're done, come over here and just unscrew the pommel. Again, take it and tap it on your hand once or twice. Pull it right out. And then you can easily come over here from the positive side, which is by your speaker, and pop that battery out with your finger just like that. All right. And that is your Sologaard. So let me know if you have any questions. I will try my best to get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks.